Hey, what's up everyone? This is Silver Slayer. Thank you for tuning into this video. There are a lot of new people into the world of precious metals as demand rises, as prices are rising, and as we go into the new year, whether it's from a safe haven standpoint, whether it's from an investing standpoint, or just a hobby. And this leaves a lot of people vulnerable because there's a lot of different places to buy your silver from. So when there's a market, there's going to be shady people, sketchy people on the other end. This is a very important video to me because I really want you guys to buy your silver from the safest, smartest places and also stack the safest, smartest ways. Now this video is going to be individual to yourself because one, everyone has a different financial situation. Two, people have different buying and selling time frames, different exit strategies. And three, your stacking strategy is determined upon those things, and you're going to learn this over your course or your silver experience. And hopefully you find this strategy out sooner than later, because then you can start focusing on which exact type of silver you want to buy. Now, there's a lot of fake silver across the board. There's a lot of fake silver on sites like eBay. So in your earlier years or earlier, months of stacking, you want to avoid places like this because you don't know how to determine whether a coin's fake or not, or whether this site is respectable or trusted or not. So in your beginning, in the beginning of your stacking journey, I highly recommend buying from sites like APMEX, Provident Metals, Golden Statement. I have a link in the description for Modern Coin Mart and Golden Statement. Trusted places where you can buy silver for extremely cheap. Actually, Bullion has a 10-ounce starter kit where you can get 10 ounces of silver at spot price. And it's only one per household, so I definitely would take advantage of that. There's also a lot of Black Friday sales, Christmas sales, holiday sales around this time of year. So if you are starting off, take advantage of that stuff. It will lower your dollar per cost average, and it will definitely help you start your journey in a great positive way. Now, there's a lot of people not even just talking about fake silver, because silver and gold is faked, but gold is usually more fake since there's a bigger market. It's a higher profit. But also some of your more numismatic coins, some of your more expensive coins will also be faked, especially some of the slabbed or maybe, the older coins that are worth more money. There's a market for those. People aren't really faking generic silver too much, but when it comes to bars, a lot of bars are faked as well. But there are safety measures you can take. You can get a silver testing kit. You can get a scale, because silver is such a dense metal. As soon as you weigh it on the scale, you'll pretty much be able to tell if it's real or not. You can get the magnet test. You can get the gravity test. There's a lot of different things you can do to make sure or to ensure that your silver is real, but the best way is to buy from respectable, reputable dealers. APMEX, Bullion, Provident Metals, Golden Statement, Modern Coin Mart. There's so many out there. SD Bullion. And that's just to name a few. So you shouldn't have problems with that. But when it comes to the information that you're consuming, this is another subject, because a lot of people will mislead you into the markets of precious metals. One, saying that silver is going to be much higher than it realistically will be in the future. And this is the worst thing to do, because what it does is it gives people unrealistic expectations. And when you're starting off, if you're paying $17 an ounce and you think by next year silver is going to be $150, then you have extremely high expectations. So even if silver does start appreciating at a rate that is extremely good, it's still going to be low to you because you've desensitized yourself to this extremely high price range, which could affect the way you buy, sell, or trade. In return, it can harm you. It can definitely hurt the way you capitalize, or you could have missed a lot of opportunities, whether it's buying, selling, or trading. So that's something that I want to make sure you guys understand, is beware. There's silver pumpers out there, people that are saying, that'll swear to the grave that silver is going to be $1,000 by next year, and why this, and they'll name X, Y, and Z. But just remember, realistically, it's probably going to be in the $20, $30 range maximum. I mean, depending on what happens with the 2020 presidential election, it could go higher, but that's a possibility, and it's not something that's, definite. It's not definite, and I would prepare for the, hope for the best, prepare for the worst. So you still want to be stacking accordingly. Silver right now is around $16.60. So yes, we could see mid $20 silver next year. That would still that's not unlikely at all. That's actually probably going to happen, especially with the given circumstances as industrial demand rises and with all the chaos and the controversy around the US-China trade negotiations and Trump's impeachment and the presidential election. That's almost a definite, but you still need to take precautions against some of the information that you consume, because a lot of times these markets are becoming more speculative and they will be influenced off of what's happening in the economy, which is that's definitely starting to happen more than ever. So another thing I want to talk about is when you are stacking, you need to have boundaries. Now, panic selling is something that I see all too often, and it's extremely dangerous because let's say you did fall victim to this higher price range and you just want to get out of the market because you realize that it's much slower than you thought or was intended. Well, when you do this, you still need to set a boundary because you don't want to sell yourself short, right? I mean, what's the point of spending all this money and then in return not even breaking even? See, we want to avoid this because the end game is financial freedom. So when you are selling, you need to set a limit. Say, okay, I'm going to sell some silver, but I'm not going to sell anything less than $17 an ounce. That's my cutoff. And this will set yourself up to allow the price to, even if it does go below that, say nope, I'm not selling anything under 17, so you won't start getting into that impulsive panic like highly emotional state, because when that happens you make impulse decisions, and impulse decisions are the quickest way to lose money in any market, whether it's gambling, whether it's stocks, cryptos, or precious metals. So try to avoid impulse decisions. Maybe if you do want to sell, say I'm going to wait a couple weeks and see what the markets do, and then if they're still performing the way that they are now, then I will sell. So then you've put a boundary in between yourself, so it allows you some time to observe the markets and really know if that's the right decision. That's something that I do a lot because sometimes it is hard to tell where the markets are going to be headed. I mean, there's ways you can incorporate charts, you can incorporate what's happening in the economy, but to some extent, it still is a guessing game. So the better off or the more prepared you are, the better. And preparing is definitely something I want to talk about. Not only preparing for your stacking, for buying, but also selling, but also holding. Are you using tarnish strips? Do you have a safe? Are you leaving your silver in a shoebox under your bed where someone could easily find it? Are you telling everyone, friends, family, that you have all this silver, all this wealth in your house? Because if so, that could be dangerous. I've heard a lot of horror stories about people getting their gold and silver stolen out of their house, and it's probably because they told one too many people. Maybe your best friend has the right intentions, but maybe they're at a bar one night and he goes around telling someone else how much gold and silver you have, and they might not have the best intentions. So you never know how it plays out. So protect yourself from that. That's actually how I got into making my channel, because I knew I couldn't tell anyone close to me, my friends and stuff, so I wanted to still share my stack. I still wanted to share my unboxing, so I made a channel so I could still talk to everyone about my love, about my passion, without having to worry about that other security piece. So it's just some things for thought. But when it comes back to preparing, whether you're using tarnish strips, the silica gel packs, are you keeping your coins in capsules, or at least the coin flips or the coin pouches? Are you wearing gloves? This is all stuff you need to be thinking about, because your premiums on these coins will be completely gone if the coin is ruined in condition, and that's something that I would hate to see. It happens a lot. Milk spotting happens a lot, so dehumidifiers, stuff like that. Always wearing gloves, especially if it's higher premium. If it's bullion, you don't have to worry about that as much. So anyways, just to recap a little bit, beware of silver scammers. Buy from trusted places, buy from respectable dealers, trusted dealers. I have links in the description of all my videos for trusted places to go. Also, beware of the information you take in, whether it's these silver pumping channels or just very extreme channels, SHTF. I mean, it's always great to be prepared, but sometimes they do exaggerate a little bit, and that could cause you to that can cause your decision making in your investing in your precious metals journey to be distorted to some extent. So make sure that you are setting boundaries, and when it comes to panic selling as well. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. What are some other safety precautions you can tell the newcomers into the world of precious metals to help protect them from this? You need to understand that silver is more of a preservation of wealth, a hedge against inflation as the dollar is collapsing, and that's the best way to explain it. And if you have that mind state, if you understand how these markets work, or are at least open-minded enough to, then you're going to do extremely well. Try to learn from your mistakes. Everyone's going to make mistakes in the beginning. Even the more experienced stackers still make mistakes. I've been stacking for 7 years, and sometimes you still make mistakes, but the more important thing is you learn from them. Learning from your mistakes, take it as an opportunity to grow, to learn from it as a learning lesson, and you will always be coming up on top, and I promise you will have a successful stack. So anyways, thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you did enjoy this video, make sure to smash that like button. Make sure you subscribe if you're new, because I do post daily videos. This was Silver Slayer. I will see you guys soon. Peace.